I'm just.
So today I'm working out with the amazing Nelly. This is all the energy I need every day, right there. Positive and ready to lift heavy. How you feel today, Nell?
Good.
You ready to lift?
Yeah.
So this is like her day one back.
No response. Oh, no comment.
So the transformation that you had over the course of I don't know how long was pretty good, right?
Oh yeah.
And then what happened?
So like
you gotta be real, so because the ladies are gonna appreciate.
Okay, so like I look really good July and August, right? Like Loki kind of snapped. And what happened? I was moving.
Yep.
I moved, and then I think moving and starting a new life, I think kind of got me set back a little bit. I mean, I still was working out.
Yeah.
But like
not like the consistency.
Yeah, eating changed because I had to give up. Moving, you don't have like pots and pans, so you have to eat out, and then trying to find a gym, and then my car broke down.
So you had a lot.
I couldn't get to the gym. I didn't really have like a crazy setback though, which I'm really grateful for.
Yes.
It could have been worse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It could have been worse, but I think September probably was the end of August. September was set back, and October we coming back.
All right.
Yeah.
We back in here starting with heavy legs. She got this. All right, let me help you set this. All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, so we're hack squatting. Nell wanted to focus on the glute booty, so a lot of posterior movements and heavy. So y'all can see that this ain't no play weight. There we go. Let me move it so y'all can see Nelly and that work. So her goal is at the top. She's always squeezing her glutes at the top just so she can engage. But this is a quad dominant. You know, before Nell stopped working out consistently, she was squatting 275 pounds. Even at one point, she was telling me that it was too much weight and she was going to get too muscular, right?
That's what I thought.
Because your quads was getting big. And then what happened?
And then it looked so good. I was like, I can't live without.
She was like, wait, why did I say I don't want to do that? And then her body started changing like crazy.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
Yeah, I tried to tell you. A lot of people be afraid to lift. I'm like, yo, y'all got to lift, man. Lifting is key. All right, going one more. I'm going heavy, so I'm going to load these up. You can talk to the ladies if you want. I know it's some guys that watch, but you know, it's mostly ladies.
I don't know what to say.
Well, what would you say to a woman to kind of stay a little bit more consistent and change her body?
Go like as much as possible. Like, you know how people who say you don't have to do a lot, just go. Yes and no. Just going is not going to end all be all. Like, you have to like do it with intention.
Absolutely.
And so if you don't do it with intention, you're not going to see the results that you want to see or feel the way you want to feel. And then like for me, when I don't get what I want, I get really like upset. Like upset and sad that I didn't put in the work and blah blah blah. But
I mean, you only don't get what you want when you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Because you get it when you're working.
Exactly.
You know, there's been some days you come in, I'm like, where your energy at now? And then when you got the energy, you kill it.
But sometimes the day when you don't have energy, it's still good to show up because consistency is what's going to get you there.
That is, please. That's like the one thing you say it again. Say it again.
It's consistency to get you there. Like, even if you go, like, just keep going. Like, just keep going.
Yeah.
Even though you might not see it right away, eventually you will. But if you stop, you're definitely not going to see it because what's going to happen is you feel some type of way, and then you're going to create bad habits. Like, oh, I'm going to just eat this.
Yep.
Or like, I've been in the gym for 3 weeks straight. Like, I can eat this. And that might be true, but if you don't go to the gym the next day, then
That balance.
Yeah. So, because I'm a firm believer of I'm gonna eat.
If I want it, I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat it. Like
What's your guilty pleasure? What's the one thing that you eat that you know is like, I probably shouldn't be eating this on a regular basis?
So I almost had pizza the other day, but I knew I was coming to see you, and I didn't want to have that conversation.
You're like, yeah, I'm trying to get right, but you know that pizza was good.
Yeah, so pizza and like sweet stuff is my guilty. Like I have the worst sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Ever.
I said it on live earlier. I said my guilty pleasure is pizza.
Pizza.
That's what I always crave when I like really bad after you eat clean for a week or so. I'm like, yo, I want some pizza.
Yep.
And I'll eat it and I'll be full and satisfied. I'll still be mad that I ate it, but that'll be still, you know, I'll come in here and go crazy. But still, pizza. It's always pizza.
And pizza also makes me feel really not
bloated.
Like pizza makes me feel good. Like it makes me feel better. Like if I'm depressed.
Oh. You like, I just need some. So that's the true nature of comfort food. You're like, yeah, pizza. I need that. All right, let's go.
Cheese and bread. Just in this Americanized way.
Yes. Heavy gluten, lots of cheese.
Yep. Pizza, burgers, and nachos. I don't know what's up with that, but like that's mine.
They used to be burgers. I don't really eat. I cut down on like red meat. Try not to eat that as much.
Well, you know, it's always a veggie burger for me.
Yeah.
But I'm a sandwich. I also like sandwiches.
Now, is it hard for you, seeing as you're plant-based, predominantly plant-based? Because I don't even know what to call you, because you just don't eat. You don't eat meat. But you still take in some dairy.
I do take in dairy. It doesn't do me any favors. But I do eat dairy because I like the taste of cheese. Not like what it does to my body. I just like the taste of cheese.
Cheese is like one of the worst things for you.
Yeah.
It's like that. I think. Oh, you got one more. I went first, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do all these plates?
Hell no.
You got one more. You put these over here. So yeah, so for those of you out there trying to change and transform, and I would say cutting everything out immediately may be challenging. I mean, it's necessary to cut a lot of the food out, but you know, we all know y'all real people, so it's gonna be hard to just cut it out. You can't cut it all at once.
That's why you have to stay consistent in the gym, because you know you're not cutting it out. Well, I know I'm not cutting it out.
6.
How many did you put up there?
Well, that was.
Are we with nuh-uh?
Yeah, this 6.
Okay, this is 7.
All right. Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
I don't know if y'all realize it, but this tiny body is pushing. I don't even know how much weight this is. This is over 500 pounds on the hack squat, which is very easy for her.
And I haven't done this.
I know.
In at least 2 months.
Yeah, it's definitely been at least, because you was trying to slow down when we were squatting. You didn't want to do heavy no more. And then by the end, you wanted to start going back heavy again.
Because I was in pain, man. I was in pain. My ass didn't fucking stretch.
You saw your body, though. Yeah, you weren't stretching. But your body was changing.
Okay, I need help.
All right, ready? Got it?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Now, this machine is an older one, so that's why it's hard to unlock it. But it's going to be easy for her to squat. Go ahead, Nelly.
Let's see.
Show them how you do.
Oh, my God.
You got this.
This is crazy.
It's easy work. So, I'm going to...
It's all
in your head.
Here. It's really all up here.
So, now, what do you do as far as your new career? Because you just switched over to a new place, right?
Yes.
What do you do?
So right now I work in this program that brought curatorial folks and our studio artist folks together to work together to create a final art exhibition next year. So like every day, like I'm in the studio with practicing artists talking about
now,
their
when you say
work.
artists, what type of artists are you talking about?
Like visual artists, so like people who like paint, draw, do sculptures. Very like creative. Like it is not just like one medium. Like some people paint, and then some people do collage and paint, or in texture. Like it's very.
That's your passion, pretty much.
Yeah, like it's low-key kind of fun, and sometimes it doesn't feel like work. But see, what I had to learn how to do, or like just remember that you're still working. Because I used to get hard on myself because I'd be like, man, I didn't work today. I did work today. It just didn't feel like work.
Yeah, see, that's good. Oh, that's the best feeling. I talk about that all the time. Of like truly doing things that you enjoy, so it doesn't feel like you're working.
Right.
Waking up every day feeling like you don't want to go there is a big problem for me.
A big problem, and that's how I felt in my last occupation.
Yeah.
However,
well, mostly, sometimes it's the environment, and sometimes it's the environment that people create. Like people, environment, as far as like the surrounding, because people bringing bad energy can affect everything. I mean, I've been in that same situation where I was like, yo, I don't want to be here. And it wasn't because of anything but the people. All right, let's go. Get focused, Nelly. I want y'all to see. This ain't no play weight. Not play weight.
Girl power.
That's right.
Girl power.
Here you go. Let's go, Nell. Come on. Kill it.
There you go.
Kill it. Kill it. There we go. So this is not for play, ladies and gentlemen. That is the real weight. This is not even heavy for her. So if y'all notice, Nell will make noise and it still ain't heavy. Because this is her first day back in how many months? Exactly.
I don't know.
But that wasn't even challenging. Not in the way that, remember? Not how it was before.
Thank God.
Yeah. This is after months off, and you still just killing it.
And I am grateful.
Look at the weight. Now, here's the thing. When we started, she was looking at me like I was crazy trying to make her lift heavy. Now,
because I didn't know.
She done moved away, and now she like, all right, I need to work out. Do you find it weird that you like crave? You feel like you're craving certain things, like exercise. You ever thought you would crave, like, yo, I need to get in the gym?
Well, I've always been a gym person. But I've never been this type of gym person.
Yeah.
in the last year, I think, like, if I only work out 3 days a week, that's rare.
That's what?
Rare.
Yeah.
Like only like that.
Oh yeah, because you're doing like low. You're doing closer to 5.
Yeah.
Running on the weekend.
And then every day. So right now, if I work out 3 days a week, sometimes that doesn't even feel like enough.
Yeah.
And before, it used to be all I could do.
3 might be the max, right?
Yeah.
And then you go from that to like, all right, 5 days a week is normal. You miss a couple days, you don't feel right.
Right. You feel out of sync.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, like I'm losing control of my body. I don't know. Yeah.
So I wanted to do, this is like the first unbroken video. So these are called the weighted talks. So typically, when I bring these back, it's like having conversations while working out. Nell's doing pretty good, right, ladies? So now we're gonna do some back.
Okay.
We'll get a little bit
of do back.
Yeah. So we're going into our pull down. Just because this one's a little higher, you mind if I put you on a shorter?
Sure. I mean, I don't have any objections.
All right. So Nelly's gonna be here, and then we'll swap. So we'll swap out the hand placement. The grips are a little different. So we're gonna do 15 on the squeeze. We're gonna go from that to push up.
Can you demonstrate?
Yes. Mine is heavy.
I always like JT demonstrating. Like, I'd be like, are you gonna show me? Like
go here.
And I actually started to work with trainers over the summer that didn't demonstrate, and I really had an issue with that. And I don't know why it bothered me.
Well, yeah, because you need to see like somebody. to show you the right thing. You know how I am. I'm like, you need to feel the muscle. I'll point to the muscle you should feel, because if you don't, you kind of just lost. I'd rather have it so you can work, know what you're doing, and then you don't need me, essentially.
And then, but if you're like, when you're doing the exercise, you don't want to also do the exercise and be trying to figure out how to do the exercise.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if I'm doing it right.
It's like, it's a lot of work. I mean,
so then you got to think too much. Nah, that makes sense.
It's a little, it's so unsure that,
So we're gonna do 3 sets of 15.
So what is this working?
So this is our mid, I'll just say lat. So mid, so our mid back. So literally, you're gonna feel a squeeze right through here.
So this is gonna get a.
Well, I know you want lower.
Right.
So yeah, that's gonna help, because
it's gonna help my rolls.
Yes, big time. But then the other exercise, so our hyperextension helps with the low.
You talking about with the leg and the back?
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Come on.
How many?
15. So I try to squeeze, like, especially I'm going lighter today. So I went heavy the other day. So I try to squeeze my back as much as I can. So what's your ultimate goal in your career now? Like, what's the next step you're trying to take it with what you're doing at the university you're working at?
Well, the next step is to go into a PhD program.
What's that?
A doctorate program for art history and African American studies. So I want to study Black creatives, and I want to study how we can create space for people, for creatives, community members, and just like anybody. Anybody, specifically Black people, to build community, to create solidarity within the Black community.
So that was that similar to the role you had at your previous place?
Yeah,
build community.
It was similar, and I think that role is what makes me want to focus more on space. At first, it was definitely just like art, visual art, and getting art in places that were not, or I guess were dominated by non-people of color, white people.
Yeah.
And so, but the space that I had just came from, I was like, oh, you can bring art into these spaces and create something for everybody.
I get you.
So it's not just for creatives and artistic people, but it's for everybody. And so everybody feels connected and vibing. And
I would like to be in that environment because I like to feed off the energy. I love being around creative people.
Yeah.
Because though I may not be an artist, I love to design. Like I love interior design. So if it's something in my brain, like I was very artistic as a kid. And now if I see something in my mind, like especially for when you own a home, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do blah blah blah. At least for me,
Right.
So now I'm like doing everything, like the black ceiling, and then I want accents and I want But I like being around people that create different things, just because I'm inspired by it. I don't like being around people that aren't doing anything.
Yeah, anything that I feel like requires like a little bit of like evolution, or something that incites or creates progress. That's what I'm about, and that's what I want to inspire others. That it's really not like crazy hard to do.
Yeah.
It's like a passion and what you care about and but
So my next question is, as you get ready to start that set, move it down a pin. You know that's too light for you. Or two, about 2 pins. All right. Where do you see yourself once you finish your doctoral program? What do you see yourself doing? Like for you? And I always say for you because I think oftentimes I say your job might be you, but it's not all of you. You don't want that to be. That's like a percentage of you. You don't take that home. But considering you love what you do, what would be the ultimate evolution of what you're getting ready to go into?
I don't know yet. I think I don't think it's ever going to be just one thing.
It doesn't, yeah. No, multiple.
Right. So I think whatever it is, it's going to be these various things and in my hands in like various pots to create changes or influences in multiple areas. So whether that is being a part of like studio space with like artists and being hands-on, or if that's helping somebody run a business, or if that's something helping people produce a film or
content.
or content, anybody, but people who are producing good vibes and who are creating like some type of community in the world. And I think yeah,
that's my goal.
Yeah, but I think that's also why I love you.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, my goal is to put as much positive content into the world, like in many different forms. The reason why I try so many different things in the spaces that I'm in is because I always think, I've heard this analogy years ago, like being a tree, but that tree has so many branches, and those are like all of your ideas and your thoughts. So I believe I might be deep rooted in so many things, from the things that I've seen from my family and also the things that I've seen from the world.
Yeah.
Those are the roots that are planted. It's not like it just has to be like your family's done this thing. Your family members are dentists, so you're going to be a dentist, or they're all nurses, so you're going to be a nurse. There might be things that you're naturally gifted in, and you might go into that. But my roots are so deep with people that have done so many things. And then I also have so many branches. So I have a deep foundation. I build a solid foundation within myself, and now I have all of these branches. So I'm like, I'm here on this planet to explore those things. So I just always believe in trying and being as creative as possible. I think the way that I started creating content has been unique.
Yeah.
So I just try to continue to do it that way.
Yeah. And spread love.
That's the only option. It's always going to be with love. All right, we got one more set. You ready?
Sure.
All right, that's too light for you though. Y'all see, let me show y'all something. I told y'all this going to be unbroken. Look, now she's strong. That's not her like, I'm strong weight.
It was at 70, now it's at 80.
Okay.
Are we going to 90?
I mean,
yeah, we can go to 90.
What you going for right now?
15.
Okay. Let's see. They watching.
But you know, I live for the pool. I hate to push.
Yeah. The pool stuff.
Hate.
Oh yeah, you definitely on a bench press. It's like, I need help. But pool stuff, yeah, that doesn't even look heavy for you. There we go. Don't lean back too much. Make sure you're getting that contraction. Get them elbows back. There we go. Keep that chin up.
14.
There we go. Good. So, I got another question for you as I put in some work. So I got to go heavy.
Okay.
So, everything I do is like deeply rooted in love, because I feel like that's like the most powerful thing on the planet. What would you say you love the most about your life right now?
I love that I am making choices that make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds so simple. However, sometimes that is so hard.
Yeah.
Because we're making choices that we have to, or we're like, like doing things that we need as humans and adults in this world. Yeah. And so sometimes I feel like we don't always get to do the things that we love to do.
Oh, I see it all the time.
So what I love about my life right now is that I'm doing some of the things that I really do enjoy. And
let's walk down here and talk.
Okay, let me get my water. Yep.
Don't worry, I can still hear you from there. Or they can.
Yeah.
But one of the things Nell said is, doing things that she really loves. Now you're young. I appear young sometimes. So where did you get that perspective at such an early age? Because it takes people a long time to kind of finally realize it. Most times people do it when they're fed up.
What?
And, like, realize they're only gonna do things they love. I feel like your generation, combine it with my generation, start to realize it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not about to live no life of just like
Okay.
doing whatever. We got body weight stuff. We're doing our lunges.
Okay.
So,
when did I become fed up?
huh? Right.
When did I become fed up? Is that the question?
Yeah, like what made you realize, all right, we got 15 each leg. What made you realize, like, I have to just kind of do what makes me happy?
When I realized I was doing things for other people and it didn't serve me.
Mm-hmm.
Or it served me, but it was also disserving me. I don't know how to explain that. Like, okay, some people don't give a fuck about you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's just kind of the God's honest truth. And so I realized that nobody is going to care about me the way I care about me. And so I have to care enough about me to care or to do the things that I love, because ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Was there something that happened that made you kind of realize that?
Yeah, when people was only needed me to get what they needed, or to benefit them in their lives.
And it didn't actually benefit you.
Right.
I'm seeing if our lights are all the way on. So it didn't benefit you, but it benefited them.
Oh yeah.
So do you think it's beneficial to go into situations where, like, are you intentional about, like, I'm only going to things that benefit me, or it's mutually beneficial, or growth? What is it now going into situations? What's your mindset? Whether it's work or friendships or
anything, it's like setting boundaries. Like, everything you do is not always going to be like 100% beneficial to you, and that's just the way life is. But I think what's important is setting boundaries in those situations.
Yeah.
What you're not going to put up with, what you're not going to tolerate, like, just, and sticking to those, putting your foot down, like, you're not about to talk to me any type of way.
Yeah.
This situation's not going to stress me out. You're not about to run me dry. just be, but I think that goes all the way back to caring about yourself, right? Being invested in your well-being, to know when those boundaries need to happen and when you need to draw those lines, because nobody's gonna draw them but you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more. So you talk about boundaries. I talk about it a lot lately. I've been talking about it more. So I think about, like, loving relationships or even like friendships.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries. So I had a real conversation with one of my old friends, and they said something they said. I was just like, yeah, I don't talk about those things anymore, or don't speak to me in that way, because that's not who I am anymore.
Who said that? You did?
No. Yeah, I said don't. That's just not something I don't tolerate that form of, like, dialogue anymore.
Right.
So, like, or it's like, before it would have been more aggressive. Like, nah, I don't, like, more. I don't play that. We don't do that.
Right.
It's just like, nah, more. Now it's more. I don't have those type of conversations anymore. I speak to you with positivity. That's how you're gonna speak to me. So I think it's important to, like, command that. But do you feel like it's important in those relationships? How do you set boundaries when it comes to stuff like that? We got squats.
I don't know. I'm still doing it.
I'm still working on it. Is it hard to tell your friends no? I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, and it's hard to tell people that you don't even know no.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, you feel like you're obligated to like sometimes you feel, or me, I feel like in a sense like obligation, like to make sure things go smoothly, and like I can do the best I can to accommodate, blah blah blah, and make everybody feel heard. So I think I'm still struggling with that because I want everybody to get along.
Yeah.
So that's all, like, because I want that so bad, I think I'm sometimes blinded to those conversations where that things like that need to happen. Like, I'm not entertaining those type of conversations or that type of dialogue, or, you know, I think it's hard for me because I still want the best. I still want peace.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress.
It seems like it's challenging to like set boundaries sometimes?
Absolutely.
10 more.
It's not even to set them, but to enforce them. You can set them. It's just you're gonna enforce them. That's the question.
8 more. I'll wait till you finish with this one. So my next question is similar, but do you think it's easy or hard? So we're gonna do 10 each leg on a step up, so keep one leg elevated. You think it's easy or hard to walk away when you realize that things no longer suit you? Where you are right now, is it challenging to walk away? You feel like, could you walk away from someone today and be like, I'm done?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Start them step ups.
Like last year, I guess last 2 years, I feel like people just been using my energy. And like, you know.
Keep that foot up.
Which one?
Just to keep the elevated foot up, so step up. Remember, we like keep the tension on the quad. So just press up, control it on the way down. There we go. Oh yeah, remember that pain? It just registered again. You like, dang, it's been a minute. Now I remember.
Just step up, like it's not even weights.
Keeping that leg elevated keeps the tension. So for those of you who listen, because you know this is weighted talks, so we kind of just walk through. Nell's doing this before, so the good thing is you're not just focused on the workout. You actually have dialogue and still work. But this is really good for your quads. Nell has developed some of the best quads ever. She almost stopped letting them develop, but
and they're so developed that even though I didn't work on them for 2 months, they're still there. Like I can see them in the mirror, and I just be like, yeah.
And it's dope to see, like, before, because so many women avoid getting muscle. They're like, nah, it's gonna make me look manly. Do you think you look manly developing toned legs?
No, especially because I don't have that much junk in the trunk.
That was your goal, right?
Yes. So it's definitely got a little bit bigger, but because it's so like defined and I feel like solid.
Yeah.
You can tell, and you're not. I don't know. I don't know.
No, you did good. A good transformation. All right, switch legs.
So, yeah. Now we just got to get this going.
Yeah, that's all food, though. We talked about that. That's that nutrition piece we talked about earlier. It's just cutting out that sugar.
Oh, man.
Or cutting down that sugar. Because, you do know, I told you, women, it's like the standard. The USDA. The standard is supposed to be between 25 and 29 grams of sugar per day.
That's crazy. I probably ate like 120 grams of sugar yesterday.
Isn't that crazy, though? So y'all can look that up. But
because sugar is not just like
sweets.
Sweet. That's in the stuff that you drink and like bread. Like it's just in everything. Other things. Like it's not just in sweets.
Corn-based products.
So I drank juice last night because it was at my friend's house. But I don't buy juice.
Nah, that's just crazy amounts of sugar. It's not like sugar itself is bad. It's just over consuming it, which is what a lot of people do because you don't realize how much. It's things that are not sweet that have sugar added to them. All right, you got 10 push-ups?
Yeah.
You can do it right there, right there. Don't try to hide. Let the lady see you doing your work now. She's like, hold up, I got push-ups.
But I feel like the cut out sugar is Stop buying drinks from the gas station.
Oh yeah, especially because you travel a lot.
Yeah, like
so
I had to stop. I started drinking those Bangs more.
Oh yeah, the energy drink.
Yeah, instead of drinking like Mountain Dew or
slightly less
Red Bull.
Less of the other stuff.
Yeah, like so if you stop buying drinks from the gas station.
Oh yeah. That'll save you a lot of empty calories because it's like
and a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. And then money you ain't got to pay the trainer all the time because you're looking better. I was like, tell people, I said, I'm probably one of the only trainers that be like, my job is not to keep you around. My job is so you don't need me.
He says that, but his energy is so infectious that we don't have to stay around. We just want to be here.
Yeah, so most people like, I'm just going to come to the gym because I know you got. That's why I said with the coaching thing, people like, I want you to keep coaching me. I was like, even if they lose the weight, they want me to keep going with them. I'm like, nah, I don't want you to stay. My goal is to get you to leave me. I don't want y'all to need me forever. I would love people to do check-ins with me, you know?
Man, I still do. I don't even live here anymore. And I be called JT.
I know. I'll pick up the phone. I'm like, what's going on, Nelly?
Nothing.
Nell's like another little sister. I'm always going to have her back. See, the thing I love the most about you is you always, like, we've gotten very vulnerable with each other, so you can talk, you can tell me anything.
Yeah.
And I'm going to protect you.
Yeah.
But especially your emotional needs. I think I realize with a lot of trainers, I think that's probably what makes me different is just who I am as a person. And I salute to the trainers that like yell and scream and no, you should have did. That's just not who I am. So I'm always like, I care enough to deal with I think this is the background, right?
Yeah.
Education has been my life. So I always deal with the social emotional needs of people.
Right.
So I was like, well, what do you need at this moment? Instead of just like, yo, you need to do more push-ups and squats.
I mean, but like being here is also very emotional. I'm an emotional person, but I think here
back to your 10 each leg.
Because like I've been in the gym and just be crying. I can't even tell you why, but it's just like, again, I think that goes back to consistency. Like I don't want to be here and like my mental health is shit right now.
Yeah.
And like life is lifing. And be here crying, but still.
But at least here, you've only had a couple of days where you're like, I couldn't get you out of it. And so I knew, I was like, you was like, I gotta go. I'm like, all right.
Some days I'll be like, I can't do it. But for the most part, I try because this is also like my relief. Like I'm putting all of those like negative energies, I'm pushing them out.
Yeah.
Like I'm sweating them out. I'm doing this so I feel better. Like I'm only doing this so I feel better. Fuck everything else. I can look good.
Because you're gonna look good if you feel better.
Right. And looking good is gonna make me feel better.
Exactly. So you might as well do the work. Because sometimes I always tell people to shift. How do you want to feel at the end of this process?
Amazing.
So I say, put yourself in that state right then. Before we lose the weight, before we transform, how do you want to feel? Because if you can get into that mindset, it's like I believe in manifesting things and speaking life into stuff. So I'm like, yo, let's do the work. And I think it'll easily come just by you at least visualizing how you want to feel.
How many is this?
10 each leg.
Oh.
As I knock out my push-ups. So here's the next. I'll do my final question with you is, how do you deal with your mental health?
Whew.
And are you dealing with do you feel like you're dealing with it in a proper way when things go bad? And, because you're inherently a very bubbly, like life, you got a lot of life, a lot of energy. But I know sometimes that's not always the case, obviously.
Hell no.
So what do you do?
For me though, that's a good point because I'm so bubbly and I have a lot of highs. High highs, but then I can really have a lot of lows, like low lows. And what do? I work out.
Yeah.
Not consistency, not in just like gym life, but consistency in my life.
Yeah.
Provides me not to go to the lows of the lows. So whether that's having food, having good food, having social engagement, just balance, including things that I enjoy. And again, they don't have to be these extravagant things, but just like these little things help my mental. But also, I think being aware. You have to be aware of when those things are happening to you, or like when you feel like things could get really hard right now if I don't listen to myself or I listen to what I need. So you have to like stay in tune a little bit. It's hard. It's not easy. It's like for me, it's totally not easy. But I think consistency and having a routine makes a lot of things easier.
Yeah, because I know when things for me, if it gets to be chaotic and I don't have a routine or create a routine, even if it's ever changing,
right?
I know the things that I need. And then I'll start adding in things that I know are good for my mental health. Like the affirmations became my videos. So I do those consistently. So I was like, yo, I can't wait for somebody to uplift me. It's like, yo, waiting for somebody to tell you, you look good today.
Right.
You know, you got to tell yourself.
Tell yourself.
So you can get in that realm.
Right.
Then you walk around like you feel better. And then the world starts to give you what you give yourself. And oftentimes we forget to give it to ourselves. And then we wonder why we're in disarray because we have these expectations.
From others.
Yeah.
But what are your expectations for yourself?
We got none.
Like, how you not going to have no expectation from yourself and you have it from everybody else?
Well,
it's unfair.
I blame a lot. Not blame, but I think social media has a lot to do with it because people get instant gratification from likes. And then that becomes your dopamine.
Like says a guy who got like 1 million likes and like thousands of followers.
Oh, me? Nah. Well, I think this is my honest thought process. People aren't following me. They follow my message. And I think for the real, my goal isn't for people to just it's not like a look at me kind of thing. I'm like, yo, it's helping somebody. Yeah. Like the message that I get is somebody saying, yo, this talked me down from here. This made me feel like I was ready to end it all. You know, I started becoming a mental health advocate and a suicide prevention advocate for a reason. I lost my brother. And I was like, I don't want anybody to ever feel like that. So my mission always became, let's put out a positive message, or just because you never know what somebody needs that day.
Right.
Everything could have been horrible, and then they come in to see me for training or just to have a conversation. Or I've had teachers when I was running the school, and the teacher like, because I do this thing with high five, hug, or handshake with my students, and they used to meet me right at the front door as soon as they come in. And then teachers were like, Mr. Houston, I need a hug today. You know? And then later on, they may tell me what's going on. I don't ask any questions because I know they needed it.
I know, it's so cute.
Yeah, it was like, yo, the teacher saying, I need a hug today.
And I probably took a lot for that one person to come out of themselves and feel and address what they need, right?
Well, that's what happens, though. I have this is my life thought process. We are not adults. We're always children. Because we all still have the same needs. We all still need to be validated. We all still need a handshake. You know, all still need that hug, high five.
Touch. You know, you're supposed to get like 3 hugs a day to feel like.
I opened the door today. Nell came in, and it was the first thing. It was like,
you tried to walk away from me. I
was on video.
Give me a hug. Oh no.
I was on video.
I don't care. Like, this is what I need.
Yeah. But like, I love you to pieces. So I'm like, oh man, hug. It's weird because I started to get used to like everybody. When I left the job, right, I stepped down and took another position. It was supposed to be a higher position, but it just turned out to be me working with adults and not, even though I was working with adults, but mostly kids. Yeah. I didn't realize how important it is to have that connection. And I went from having that for 4 years of my life to like it was like instant gratification. You see somebody, just a good morning, and how that set my life. Yeah. Like my whole life was so much better because of the energy you're getting from people. And then just think, I went from that to working with adults where they were very negative, bad mind. I'm trying to shift their mindset. Still working with kids, but not directly. Now I'm teaching adults to work with kids. And that became like a whole nother set of like, all right, now let me relearn. Let me try to motivate these adults so they can go be like me with kids. And it wasn't working because I lost that what I've learned that I needed too. I was like, dang, I need
So
to.
what did you do?
I left. I quit.
Oh.
I left. Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore, and I transferred the energy I have for those students. Now I put it on video.
Yeah.
I put that content out every day.
I feel that. I miss my students. Like I can't wait. I'm seeing them today.
You know, I just had to switch it and put it out because I realized it was important if it was that important for those kids. These kids cried when I was leaving, and then I cried. I got a video of me crying, telling them because I had to tell the kids.
You might have me crying today.
Listen, I had to tell these students. I was doing morning announcements with the kids. There's a video. I'm doing morning announcements with these kids, and I'm talking to the whole school, letting them know that this is going to be my last week. Because I didn't tell them ahead of time, like I gave some of the staff notice, but I said this will be my last week here at school. And the kids were like, oh, you hear them, you see their faces because somebody's recorded, and then they all start crying, and I can't even finish talking because I have 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, these are all little kids, and there's like 8 kids surrounding me, and they start falling apart, and I'm like trying to finish, and it's just like, damn, am I making the right decision? But
were you?
At the time, I thought it was, but what turned out to be, finish your push-up. What turned out to be what I thought was the right decision, it's still the right decision because it got me to this point. Because I wouldn't have learned that the next job was a horrible choice unless I'd had that previous, interaction with those children. Right. I would have never known. I would have done what everybody else does. You go for more money, which at the time it wasn't even more money. I went for a bigger opportunity to connect with more people, and that wasn't necessarily a better. It was way worse than I could have ever imagined. But it led me to work on myself and whatever else I wanted to do to work with more people. So, I learned a lot.
Good.
But for my mental health, I need to put out love, receive love, put out positive content. And that's kind of how I do every day. So I do it every day because it helps me. I also go to therapy, so that helps.
I'm looking for my therapist right now.
All right.
I need to find a black woman.
All right. Any black therapists? Y'all look for this young lady right here. And you're gonna be in the Connecticut area, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this is how.
Put it out there. Put it out there now.
This is how crazy JT's energy is. I'm like driving 4.5 hours from Connecticut to Syracuse, and I'm just like, I can't wait to see JT. super excited. This is how I used to start my mornings, every day.
Early. 6 a.m.
For 9 months. So
that's why I tell people the way I train is not. The training is only a piece of it. I want you to feel good and feel better about you, and feel like I care, because I care about the people I work with. So I'm like,
I feel supported.
Yeah, you become part of my family. Like, you part of my day to day.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand people having jobs where it's stress. You realize that's going to affect your life.
Right.
If you're working in a stressful environment. I don't believe in toughing it out. Life is not supposed to be tough. But we say that and then we believe it.
Things are challenging, but life in its entirety is not supposed to be tough or hard.
No.
But challenges are supposed to help you grow, but the whole thing is not supposed to be this miserable experience.
Yeah. So at least you learn that, and now you're on a better path. But we in this for the long haul, Nell. I don't care what state you in. I'm like, Nell, I'm on video. All we gotta do is get on video and start do a workout. That's it. That's why I love social media, because I can connect real quick on camera.
Well, here we are.
Any positive words you got for the ladies as we sign off? You gotta look at them though. They right there. They all right there. It's it's 600,000. We got 600,000 across all platforms.
That's crazy.
In about 8 months.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I would just say keep at it. I don't know. In a way, I'm not saying that you owe it to yourself, but just love yourself a little bit more every day, and things will start to transform. And but also I think be real. If you gonna be real with anybody, be real with yourself, and have those hard conversations. What do you need? and then take steps to execute those needs, fulfill those needs. So you can like do anything, because I do believe Black women can do anything.
All right. Well, we love y'all. Nell about to finish off with some crazy work. She ain't gonna be the breathe for the last part, so we got to sprint. Spread love.